Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So Marvel's new event, which is called Contest of Chaos, is starting up soon. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys all the info you need to know, any sort of important information, all the covers, all the tie-ins, and all the lead up to the event that we've got revealed so far. Contest of Chaos, it looks like, has to do more with chaos magic than anything else. So it's like more of a magical idea behind it, but it looks like they're working with the premise of pitting heroes against each other based on this promo art that we had revealed by Brian Hitch when they first announced the annual to begin with. Before we look into the actual covers, though, that we've had revealed so far for the whole event, and everything leading into like what it all culminates to, I wanted to read the description of this first Scarlet Witch annual that leads into everything, right? It says here, though, the Contest of Chaos annuals will center around Agatha Harkness's quest to bring chaos magic to the forefront, so she can take her rightful place as one of the Marvel Universe's greatest sorcerers. In order to do so, she'll orchestrate a mystically charged challenge involving your favorite heroes. Each annual will introduce a new matchup for each showdown, upping the stakes and building towards an explosive final round, all part of Agatha's grand scheme to reinvent Marvel magic. So a little bit weird that they're using Agatha Harkness as the villain for the main thing here, but she is on the cover for this first Scarlet Witch annual, and it looks like she is at least some sort of like figure behind whatever is actually pitting the heroes against each other. So the first one they announced here is Spider-Man Annual number 1, which is going to be Spider-Man versus Wolverine, right? Kind of a classic matchup. They've got a good dynamic, and this one is written by Stephanie Phillips. It's got art by Alberto Forche. And I think they're going to be the main creative team behind everything, right? With all these other issues that I'm going to show you guys, they've got like backup stories in every issue. So my best guess is that this creative team is doing like 10 pagers that actually connect everything and tell more of a concrete story. While the main creative teams that usually write these ongoing series are just going to be telling other stories in the annuals. But the next one they announced was Invincible Iron Man Annual number 1. This one is written by Jason Liu, and it has art by David Cutler. So I don't think that is the main creative team behind Iron Man. Jerry Duggan is writing that book right now. So for any like ongoing fans of series that are having these annuals that tie into Contest of Chaos, I'd say check the creative team, check if it's like one of the issues in the middle of the event. Could be that those backup stories in the back are a little bit confusing for anyone who's not reading like every ongoing series that's involved. Next up, though, we've got Fantastic Four Annual number 1. Fantastic Four this is the new Ryan North run, but it's not written by him, it's written by someone else. We've got Zach Gorman illustrating this one, and the art is by Alan Robinson. The team up here, though, it's Ghost Rider and Human Torch, which honestly is pretty cool. I feel like this might be worth picking up just for that premise. Next up, this is probably one of the only ones I'm actually going to end up picking up, just because I buy this ongoing series. Moon Knight versus Tae Gutgi, if I'm pronouncing that right. So it's Moon Knight, right? Star of his ongoing series, which is written by Jed MacKay, which I've actually been really liking. So he's also writing this issue, definitely worth picking up for a Moon Knight fan. Not too sure about this other character, though. I think he might be a member of that new Tiger Division team of like Korean superheroes, if I'm remembering right. So kind of an obscure character as of now, but I guess they're trying to popularize him a little bit more. Next up, though, we've got a Spider-Gwen annual, a little bit weird, but she's in her own alternate dimension, so who knows how she's going to end up in the main Marvel Universe for whatever this fight is going to end up being. She's going up against White Fox. I feel like maybe each of these one-shots is not really going to have that much importance in their main story, just like kind of a fun way to pit heroes against each other. But the backup stories, if you're actually trying to follow the event, are what's the most important to get. But probably everything else will be pretty standalone, right? Next up, though, this one actually looks pretty cool. We've got Venom Annual, and that's Venom versus Deadpool. But X-Men Annual number 1, this is Captain Marvel versus Cyclops. I know they just did kind of a team up between Captain Marvel and Cyclops in that whole like Brood storyline that kind of crossed over between the two series. So this one is written by Paul Allore. The art is by Alessandro Miracolo. And then the last annual they've announced here, which it looks like is just the finale to everything, is the Avengers Annual, right? So this one is the original creative team again. It's Stephanie Phillips writing and Alberto Forche doing the art. And it looks like we just have like the current lineup of Avengers all teaming up against Agatha Harkness. The main thing that I'm still curious about with this event is just like what role Agatha Harkness is going to play, right? Because she's really switched up in comics recently. I haven't been following all of it, but I know that Midnight Suns miniseries that they did recently like changed the way she looked, so she looks a little bit more accurate to the version in the MCU, right? That recently popped up in WandaVision. We'll see what the deal is with Agatha Harkness and this event in general, but it looks like it could be kind of interesting. I think honestly it'll be a little bit throwaway most likely. It looks like most of the standalone stories aren't too important in and of themselves, and it probably won't really affect much going forward. I do think it's cool that Marvel's entrusting trusting some new creators though, and that Stephanie Phillips is like taking center stage for this. She's writing Cosmic Ghost Rider. She was writing Grimm. And I think both those series are pretty good. I think she's definitely an up-and-coming writer at Marvel. They're giving her more and more work. So we'll see what the deal is with this. Let me know what you guys are thinking about these annuals. Let me know all that down in the comments. If you're not already subbed up to the channel, if you got some good info from this video and you've been enjoying the content, make sure to do that. We're getting closer and closer to the 600 subscriber milestone. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.